Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Eaze, and today I want you to come with me to shop my makeup stash for products that I haven't used in so long. I've been decluttering a lot over the past few months and I've been discovering a lot of products that I have left behind. So today I want to pull some of those out and create a fun makeup look. So if you want to rediscover some old makeup favorites with me, then keep on watching. Let's get shopping. Okay, so today I'm doing things actually a little bit different and I'm gonna be like picking out the stuff. These are all of like the base products that I have. Not a lot, and I use most of these like all the time, especially these three. Let's see, oh, I think I can use this one right here. This is the Fenty Beauty one, love it. For concealer, again, I've decluttered a lot, but I think, hey, these two right here, Rare Beauty and Too Faced, haven't used these in so long. They're very high coverage. I don't reach for these all that much. Let's see if they, they still do it for me. For powder, again, I could go, this Ojai one is good, but you can't get it, so I feel like I shouldn't use that one. I have my everyday powders here. Oh, I think I'm gonna use the Mercier one. I have this mini, and it's really good. And I haven't reached for this in a while. I think that angle is better. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see for bronzer. There are so many bronzers that I have, but I'm looking for a specific one because I know that I haven't used it in a while. Not here. There we go. Maybelline City Bronzer. This one is very good. I really love it. It's very affordable. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I really like it. So we're gonna use it. Now for blush, I think I wanna go over here for blush. There are some good products that I have really neglected. Let's see, no, these I've used all of them. This one maybe, but I still use it a lot, I feel like. Let's go back here. I've been using these so much. These aren't blushes. I think we should go with the Glossier one. And I really like this formula, so let's use it. And then for highlighter, there's a specific one I want to use. Here we go. Makeup by Mario highlighter. This is just a gloss. And I love it. Oh, there you are. Moving on to eyes, let's go back here because I want to use this primer. I want to use the KVD primer. Really love this so much. And while we're here, let's just grab a mascara. A lot of these are either like very, very old or I've been using them a lot, so they don't count. Hey, wait. This one, I think. Maybelline Sky High. It's not that old and I haven't used it in a while. Let's give it a try. Okay, so we're now in the eye drawer. Let's pick for brows. Again, I use a lot of these all the time. I haven't used this one in a while. This is the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. I really love it. And I haven't used it in a while, so let's put it in the basket. And then, same goes for this one, the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I've talked about this in my latest declutter video. Eyeshadow, I have the bulk of the eyeshadows that I use the most here. And then I have some in another drawer, but I think what I want to do is go over here. I think either of these two, the Danessa Myricks ones, I haven't used in so long, and I love them, and I've been neglecting them, but I think because of the blush, this one would work best, right? And then for a liner, I don't know, do we want to do a liner? Most of the liners here I use all the time, so I think I'm just gonna grab my nude liner by ColourPop. I have a whole other drawer of more eyeshadow products that I rarely ever use, but I know I want a specific ColourPop eyeshadow that I think would look very good. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, On the Rocks. It is so pretty and brown, but it has like purpley reflect, so I think it's gonna go very well with the blush. Now for lips, we're going back here. This is where I keep the lip liners. This is looking pretty empty right now. Let's see. All of these are very warmer. I think this is the coolest one, because I do want to match the blush. This is the Pat McGrath's Permagel Done Undone Lip Pencil. I think this is the one. And then for other lip products, I don't know. This one could be similar to the blush from K-Skin. This is just a tinted SPF lip balm, but I don't know. I don't feel like it would work that well. I have a lot of warmer nudes. This isn't that warm. This is the L'Oreal Color Shine and Glossy Fawn. Really like it. It's a nude and it isn't too warm. I feel like we could make this work. And that's glossy, but I do want to gloss on top because why not? Let's pull out all the stops. These are my favorite, but I think, yeah, this is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline, but not this shade. I want the other shade. this shade, which I believe is Topaz, which has a bit of like glitter and reflecting properties. This is the one I want. Let's take this one. That's about it for makeup. I'm just gonna grab, I think, my Fix Plus Matte from MAC. I don't really use this all that much anymore. Okay, so I've gathered all the products. I've got them laid out here in front of me. So let's just get started. I want to do base first, I think. But first, a tip I learned from Katie Jane Hughes that I showed you guys in my last video. I'm going to do my eyebrows so that nothing else intervenes with the brows and they don't look, you know, crusty, dusty, disgusting. So for the brows, I picked up the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Dark Drapes. I don't know if this exists anymore, but for the longest of time, why am I dropping everything? For the longest of time, I loved it. And there's an ink stain and a little pencil. I want to use both today just to experiment and see how it's going. Okay, this is really dark. It probably matches my brow hairs the best out of any other brow product that I have, but it is a little bit intimidating. So firstly, okay, yeah. I'm gonna go in softly. Why don't I know how to do makeup today? And just making sure the pencil kind of fills in everything. It's a little more forgiving, I feel. Let's use the ink stain just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm probably also gonna use this for my freckles. And make sure I add some more hairs where I feel like there are hairs missing. I think I don't use it as much because it is very dark, and usually I don't want to go for something as dark as this, but both the pencil and the stain are very, very nice. A little harder to use, like you do need to have a light hand and know what you're doing. This makes the brows look good. And then to set everything, I grabbed the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. It's been in my collection for ages, and it is something that I will keep in my collection forever because it's one of the OG, like super long-lasting brow gels that makes the brows look feathery and beautiful, and it sets them in place completely. Like, the brows will not move. If you don't like a crunchy brow, you're probably not gonna love this, but I feel like this is one of the first brow gels of its kind, and to this day it's still one of my favorites because it doesn't ball up and it doesn't create any like white residue on my dark brows. For my base, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drops, the Blurring Skin Tint. I have mine in number 5. There was a time when I was using this every single day. I loved it. I still do. I just use other products. Right now, I'm loving the iconic London version of this. It's also a skin tint, but I don't know the name of it, and it performs very similarly to this. It is just a little bit more hydrating. And I don't remember how I like to apply it. I think I like to apply it with my hands, actually. Yeah. Oh, I even forgot how I like to apply this. Okay, that should not be allowed. I feel like you guys are too bright. Is this better? I feel like that's a lot better. But I'm just going in with a beauty blender to make sure everything is even. And yeah, I mean, this is still very nice, you know, coverage, evens out the skin. But I will say there are other products that I'm enjoying at the moment that are just doing it for me, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you love something until something better comes along, and I still like this. I'll still probably use it up. Like, it's been a favorite for years and years, but I feel like I am enjoying my other skin tints a little bit more. I don't know if you guys are too dark. Whatever. For concealer, I grabbed the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer and the Rare Beauty Concealer. This one's a little dark, this one's a little light, so I thought both, you know, a mixture of both could work in my favor. Both of these are pretty full coverage compared to the skin tint. And I used to love the Too Faced one, was my favorite. When it first came out, it was just so fucking good. And I remember, like, a little bit goes a really, really long way. And it was just everything at the time. It replaced my Tarte Shape Tape, which is another product that I just used to love so much. But after time, I started loving more light coverage concealer, even though I always prefer more coverage in my under eye area. But this is still performing really nicely. It covers without looking too heavy under the eyes, and I think the mixture with the Rare Beauty one is working really well, because Rare Beauty one, I always liked it, but I always liked it as more of a mixing concealer, not so much on its own, mainly because it was always a little too light on its own, but for some reason the formula on its own just didn't do enough for me. So mixing it with other products always seemed to do the trick. I feel like it's looking a little heavy, but that's because I'm just not used to like the full coverage anymore. It doesn't look bad under the eyes. Like if I inspect it, it's looking really good, made everything look even. But I do feel like it is more coverage than I'm used to now. Probably why I haven't really reached for these in a while, but I like having the option. For powder, I reached for the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is the OG. I've loved this for years and years. I have repurchased it time and time again. I only have a mini size now because I don't use it nearly as much as I used to. I feel like it's a middle of the road powder. Like it does a little bit of everything for everyone. It is, I would say it's nothing special, not in a bad way. It's just very reliable and classic, and it just does what it's supposed to do, which is set your skin. You guys know my number one is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. That is a lot more natural than this. I think you could really use this in a more natural aspect, or, you know, really go in and bake, which is what people used to do back in the day. I like how versatile it is, and I always think having, you know, a backup in my collection is useful. Gonna do a bit of the MAC Fix Plus Matte. Even though this is the Fix Plus Matte, I wouldn't say like mattifies my skin completely, but it just helps with the settling and the powder and everything. It melts everything together, just like regular Fix Plus does. I just find that it's a little less dewy. That went right up my nose. But I just find that it's a little bit less dewy than the regular. I'm just gonna grab like a random lip balm because my lips are crying for help. This is one from Zara Beauty. I use it all the time. It's by my bedside, so this one doesn't count. Let's go in with some cheek products. I'm gonna start off with the bronzer, Maybelline City Bronzer. This is number 100. I used to love this for contour because it is very cool tone and very light, but I also like to use it for my bronzer. So I use it for bronze and contour. And it's super easy to blend. And it just looks very natural. Can you see that? So nice, and it does snatch the face without being too intense or too shadowy. I hadn't used it in a long time, so I'm so happy to have used it today. And then for blush, I'm going in with the Cloud Paint from Glossier. This is the shade Storm. I used to have so many Glossier Cloud Paints when they first came out, and I loved them, and then they just disappeared. But these are so nice. They've always been like, I wouldn't say they're creams. They're more like liquid, but very lightweight liquid, like gel liquid. And it's always just been my longest lasting blush formula in my collection. Every time I apply these, they last so long. Like when I used to live in New York, Cloud Paint survived in the New York heat waves. Like, ugh. This is so good, and the shade is gorgeous. I love the shade as well. To me, it's so easy to blend. Like when you get the hang of it, it's so easy. It looks so natural. Like you can apply it on top of products. You can apply it by itself, like if you're wearing nothing, if you don't like to wear a base and you just want a bit of a flush. Oh my god. And it can look very natural, or you can also obviously build it up. For highlighter, I'm using the Master Secret Glow Highlighter by Make It by Mario. This is just literally a gloss, so I'm just gonna be very careful with it. Gonna apply it to my finger, dab off the excess, and just apply this to the highest points of my cheeks. I love using this as a highlighter or as an eye gloss. You can use it as everything, but as you can see, it makes everything look so natural and beautiful, like you're lit from within, because it literally is just a gloss. But I feel like it's so versatile, and you can apply it by itself. You can do glossy eyes with this. You can, you know, apply something shimmery and then something like this. Like, it is so freaking easy to do so much with this one, so I love it. It's a little bit more work, which is why I feel like I don't use it all the time, but I feel like I should reach for it more because I really love how it looks. Moving on to the eyes now. I got two eyeshadows. The Danessa Myricks Colorfix Matte Waterproof Matte Liquid Pigment. You can use this everywhere, and I might apply a little bit of this to my cheeks later, but I feel like this could be a great base. dropping things again. And then I want to use the Super Shock shadow from ColourPop in the shade On the Rocks, which is this gorgeous like brown shade, but it has like purple reflect. Listen, I don't know if this shade exists anymore or is part of the collection because it is old. I don't think I've ever used this on my eyes, and it's gorgeous, so I want to use it on my eyes. But first, I'm gonna apply this as like a base. I don't think I'm gonna do primer. I grabbed the KVD Shade Primer. I don't think I'm gonna use it though. And I'm just gonna grab the tiniest bit of this because you don't need a lot. A little goes a really, really long way. And I'm just gonna get this on the brush and apply it on the eye. I want to hit mainly on the crease because I feel like it'll be like a nice transition for the other shade. This is really nice, and what I love about these again is because it's just a pigment, it's versatile, you can apply it everywhere. They can be a bit tricky to use at first, I will admit, but when you get the hang of it and use the right tools, these can be so nice. You have to be really careful when you blend because when you're blending, like these have a specific amount of time where they're good to blend, but once they have set completely, and like as you can see there, it's not gonna move. So you have to be very careful with that. Should I do a bit under my eyes? Maybe. I think that would be cute. It is very cool tone, which usually I'm not a cool tone girl. But this color for some reason spoke to me. I think that's another reason why I don't usually use it all that much, is because I'm usually going for something that's a little bit more warm tone, and this doesn't really fit the bill. I thought it was gonna be, when I bought it, a little more taupe, and it's a little more purpley than I wanted it to, a little more mauvey. But nonetheless, it is beautiful, and I'm glad that I'm using it right now. Should I apply a little bit of this as a blush? I feel like it goes with the blush that I applied, but it is a little more muted. So just gonna go in with a bit of that same shade. It's time for this. I feel like this is gonna be really intense on my eye. I don't usually go this crazy, so I'm a little nervous. Hopefully it works. Hopefully color combo works, but just look at that. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna go in with my eye. I'm gonna go in with my finger and just apply this. Oh yeah, everywhere. ColourPop eyeshadows, the Super Shock shadows, are unreal. They're so nice. It has been a standout formula for me ever since they came out. They're so nice. I feel like they're a little harder to use when you're using other palettes and other products because the formula is so unique. But if you're just using, I like these more as a one and done eyeshadow, kind of what I'm doing right now, because they can be super intense. But if you know how to handle the formula, then these are a walk in the park because they are so lovely and beautiful. Oh my god, I love this shade so much. But these are very long lasting, meaning like I've had this for years and years and it still performs very well. Some others don't. I think it really depends on the formula, but you know, like if it's a matte or if it's something more shimmery. But overall, these do stand the test of time, and they have so many fun colors. Oh, I'm such a fan of ColourPop, always have been, and I think I need to bust these out more, like in general, not just this shade, but this formula, because it is so pretty. And something else I love about these eyeshadows is that they're glittery, but because of the nature of the formula, fallout is usually non-existent. Okay, verdict's in. I fucking love this so much. I haven't done an intense eyeshadow like this in a while. I feel like we got a little messy here, so I'm just gonna clean that up. And now I'm gonna do the liner. I'm just gonna do this ColourPop eyeliner in Honey Dude, which I love. It's nothing that I neglect. I use it all the time, but I don't have anything else that's nude and that I don't use, so. And then I think I'm gonna go in with the highlighter again and just apply a little bit of this to the pinky and hit the inner corner because I feel like we're missing a bit of a, you know, inner corner highlight. It's time for mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Oh no, this is the Maybelline, yeah, Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara, which this was really nice. Apparently it was supposed to be a dupe for the Glossier Lash Slick, which I feel like it's so not true. The wand is a bit similar, but this is so much more intense. But still, I really enjoy it. And I never reach for it, I will admit, because it is a little hard to take off Like, it doesn't come off with just water, but also when you're applying like a micellar water or a double cleanse, so a cleansing oil or balm, it is so hard to remove. So that's why I don't really reach for it all that much. But when I want something that's long lasting, then I will go for this one. And also, this has insane curling power. And it does separate the lashes really well. So it gives you more curl and length than volume, but ooh, I love. Because this is really hard to take off, also perfect for lower lashes because it won't smudge. I will say again, if you smudge, it is a little harder to get off. So I don't know what to do. Should I just take it off right now? No, because then it's gonna smudge more. I'm in a little bit of a crisis. I'm gonna let that dry. Now for the lips, I grabbed the Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil from Pat McGrath in the shade Done Undone. Because everything else is a little more mauve-y, I thought it would be perfect because this is my most pinkish. I'm not gonna say it's cool tone, but it's my most pinkish lip liner. I have other cool tone lip liners, but I use them all the time and you've seen them. And that is not the point of this video. We want to use things we haven't used in a while, so I'm using this one. I bought this lip liner because there was another lip liner from Pat McGrath that was very, very popular for being like a grayish color that contoured the lips. I couldn't find that one, so I went for this one. I don't know why, but it's a nice one. The shade is very, very, very similar to my lip shade. It's something I hadn't really noticed until literally this moment. I could just use this lip liner and it would look like my lips. What? Okay. That is really promising. Do you see that? Can you even tell that I'm wearing a lip liner? Why haven't I ever noticed this before? Let's go with the L'Oreal Glossy Fawn Color Riche Shine. This again is a nude that isn't as warm tone as all my other nudes, so I thought it would work. And I don't think they make this one anymore. I like it, but it is pulling very warm. What do I do? I think... Yep, we're gonna be using this one on the lips as well. We really took that to heart, the fact that it's very versatile. So I'm just gonna grab a tiny bit of it and just dab it on top to make this more cool tone. And I also have this lip gloss, but should I use it now? I don't know. It's really, really nice. I love it, but again, it's a little warmer. I just thought it would look like the sparkle would look good with the, let's just add a little here. I don't know, just apply it a little to the center to make it look powderier. Not gonna lie to you, when I do more cool tone looks, the lips are always my least favorite part because cool tone lip products, I don't love them on me. But this is, I think, as good as it's getting. It's still a little warm compared to the rest, but I feel like it's a little more cohesive. I still have a few things to do, one of them being going over my freckles. I'm using the ink stain from the brow product and just doing this. I firstly bought this product because I wanted freckles, and I saw someone on YouTube doing their freckles with this. Now that that's done, let me just do a little bit more Fix Plus. Let the powder and everything just marinate and bond as a family on my face, and then that is it. This is the look done. My least favorite part has got to be the base. For some reason, it's not giving as much as it used to give, but everything else, so fucking good. The eyeshadow, I am in awe. That Danessa Myricks Colorfix product, 10 out of 10 would recommend. And obviously the lip liner. I would say overall, this was pretty much a success. And that, my friends, wraps up today's video. I hope you take this as inspiration to shop your stash. Instead of going out and purchasing that new thing you know you don't need but want, dive into your makeup collection, shop your stash a bit, and rediscover products that you've been neglecting that maybe you shouldn't be because they're amazing. If you enjoyed today's video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content, kind of like today's video, then please make sure to subscribe, buttons down below. And I would appreciate it very much if you came back week after week for more beauty content. That being said, if there's anything you want to see from me, any specific content, anything you want to learn, anything you want to discuss, please let me know down below and I will make that content for you guys. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I did. I had so much fun and I hope you can do this again soon. I love you. Bye. Mwah.